of Nigeria newspapers, and I begin with the Nation newspaper and the major story there. General Lagbaja's death throws Federal Executive Council military into mourning. Flags at half-masts for 7 days. Army chief's hometown in somber mood. That's the picture of him there, as well as Lieutenant General Oluyede taking a salute after signing the condolence register yesterday. And another story here. Harris concedes as Tinubu, world leaders hail Trump. Republican candidate, my victory unprecedented in U.S. history. How he won. Another story at the top corner, 100,000 vehicles converted to CNG and $200 million spent on value chain. That's the presidential initiative on CNG speaking there. Government begins disbursement of 75 billion naira loans to MSMEs. Some stories on the front page of the Nation newspaper. And to the front page of the Blueprint newspaper now. 16 months after appointment, Chief of Army Staff Lagbaja dies at 56. Tinubu orders flags at half-mast. Buhari, Akpabio, Abbas, Moro, CDS, others mourn. Nigeria has lost a gallant officer. The Nigeria Governors Forum is speaking there. Another story here. I'll bring America to a golden age, Trump vows amid Middle East turmoil. Tinubu world leaders congratulate President-elect on victory. Now, Wike pledges turn around for Abuja culture and tourism. Some of the stories you find on the front page of the Blueprint newspaper. Now to the front page of the Daily Independent. Tributes for Lagbaja as Tinubu orders flags flown at half-mast. Akpabio, Oluremi Tinubu, Defense Minister Oyebanji Mba Makinde Borewori mourn. Obasanjo, Jonathan Tambuwa, Ligbinedion, Ojige, others celebrate Obaseki's achievement, impact in 8 years. A story here, my late wife left no stone unturned to secure my release from prison. That's what former President Olusegun Obasanjo is quoted as saying. Now, Ondo Guba, INEC Chair Yakubu pledges immediate announcement of results. My predecessor, Lagbaja, was courageous, thoroughbred professional. Acting Chief of Army Staff Oluyede is quoted as saying. Now, Tinubu world leaders congratulate Trump on election victory as Harris concedes defeat. Some of the stories you find on the front page of the Daily Independent. To the front page of the New Telegraph now. Nigeria mourns Lagbaja, third Chief of Army Staff to die in active service. Tinubu postpones Federal Executive Council flags to fly at half-mast for 7 days in his honor. Buhari, Akpabio, Kalu governors others pay tribute to late Army officer. Monarch family demand release of late general's body as his hometown, Ilobu mourns. And then U.S. poll, Trump makes stunning return to White House, defeats Harris. Some of the stories you find on the front page of the New Telegraph. And to the salient times now. Tinubu, Buhari, Akpabio orders mourn as Darid Lagbaja dies at 56. And the riders there flags at half-mast. The First Lady visits widow, a patriot who served with utmost diligence. That's what former President Muhammadu Buhari is quoted as saying. A huge loss to Nigeria. Soludo Obi quoted as saying, President Tinubu postpones Federal Executive Council meeting in honor of the Chief of Army Staff. At the downstrip here, a sad story. Bandits kill 10 persons in Niger community. And at the top corner, doctors withdraw services from Kano Hospital over assault on colleague. And go renew your U.S. visa. Celebrities react to Trump's election win. Now, we won't force Kemi Badenoch to identify with Nigeria, says Dabiri Erewa. She said they had reached out to her, to Badenoch, and Badenoch has not responded. Now to the Nigeria News Direct. Tinubu NGF orders mourn death of Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Lagbaja. Senate leaders, NGF, that's the Nigeria Governors Forum, orders laud his courage, commitment to national security. He was an outstanding officer, patriot. Former President Buhari is quoted as saying, Acting Chief of Army Staff Oluyede hails late Lagbaja as courageous, selfless leader. And another story here. CNG adoption, 65 new licenses issued for stations, over 100,000 vehicles converted. BCNGI as a presidential initiative on CNG. And then another story here quickly. Makinde approves 80,000 naira minimum wage for oil workers. Some stories on the front page of the Nigerian News Direct. To the leadership newspaper now. Trump shocks critics, returns to White House, wins historic election to emerge 47th U.S. president. World leaders seek ties as Tinubu others congratulate president-elect. Experts speak on implications for Africa, others. And another story here quickly. Farmers decry non-distribution of fertilizers. Again, militia group kills 10 in Edo. Some stories on the front page. Okay, quickly before I move from leadership newspaper, asset providers increase meter prices for discos. A worrisome development there. That's all you can, some of the stories rather you find on the front page of the leadership newspaper. To this Nigeria newspaper now. Hello, I am back. That's what the story is saying with regards to Donald Trump's election as the 47th president of the United States. Now, Donald Trump shocks the world, returns to the Oval Office after knocking out Kamala Harris. World leaders, including Tinubu, his counterparts in Mexico, Ukraine, Egypt, Canada, UK, felicitate him. And Lagbaja sad end of Chief of Army Staff. President Akpabio orders mourn. Discos raise meter prices second time in 4 months. That's the story you find, some of the stories you find on the front page of this Nigerian newspaper. Theo.
The Guardian newspaper from my end says US decides low expectations, optimism herald Trump's second coming. Federal government calls for peace over Abia Akwa Ibom border disputes. Oyo okays 80,000 naira minimum wage for workers. Flood sack rivers. Anambra communities. Naira remains volatile despite current account surplus, rising forex inflows. Obasanjo, Jonathan Tambuwal, others laud Obasanjo's 8 years in office. Federal government blames frequent grid collapse on Disco's inability to offtake electricity. Moving now to Daily Trust. It says, bandits abduct over 50 people in Zamfara. Place 150 million naira levy on residents, kill 10 farmers in Niger State. We're working hard to tackle problem. Lagbaja's death, top generals for redeployment. Tinubu Akpabio, governors mourn. FEC meeting postponed indefinitely. National flag to fly at half-mast for 7 days. Kano begins registration of foreigners. Discos hike prices of meters. And bad governors protest Borno miners still in custody, says defense lawyer. The first news says, Trump stuns the world with comeback victory over Kamala Harris. Danger looms in Sokoto. Please sound alarm as new terror group expands grip on LGAs. We won't force Kemi Badenoch to embrace Nigerian identity. Article urges Trump to ensure free elections in Nigeria in congratulatory message. Okay. Nigeria moves to ensure aircraft boost aviation business. Of course, we have this and more in the first newspaper. The Daily Trust is saying here, Minister attributes the grid collapses to vandalism, lack of maintenance, says federal government taking this issue seriously. Food security, national policy on mechanization will promote agriculture economy, says federal government. NCDMB unveils $100 million composite pipes, valve plants to boost capacity. The Nigerian Tribune says Tinubu directs flags to fly at half-mast as Lagbaja dies at 56. Council FEC meeting, kinsmen suspend community activities. Buhari governor's NAS leadership others mourn. Oil marketers tackle Dangote in court, say no to planned monopoly in energy sector. Tinubu world leaders congratulate Trump as he emerges 47th U.S. president, while Americans dumped Harris. Reps move to tell president to give account of stewardship before laying budget. The Platform Times says Nigeria spends $1 billion importing vehicle spare parts annually, says NADDC. Woman remanded for allegedly breaking 3-year-old stepson's leg with pistol. Lagos shuts church, nightclubs, event centers over noise pollution. Makinde approves 80,000 naira as minimum wage for Oyo workers. Federal government disburses 35 billion naira to boost primary health care services nationwide. Stella did everything possible for my release from prison, says Obasanjo. Finally, from our end here, a Sporting Life newspaper. Arsenal to sell Trossard for Lookman, battle PSG for Nigerian striker. Stuttgart, Atlanta. Lookman scores 40th career Atalanta goal, hailed as one of world's best player. Permanent deal. Osimhen insists on 20 million euro yearly. Galatasaray paid 6 million euro for loan deal for a year. Morocco 2025, Ekong, Lookman, Osimhen, Simon, 19 others gear up for Benin, Rwanda. Disaster Super Eagles failed to qualify, says Ulisse. We have this and quite a lot in the Sporting Life newspaper. Plus, Saudi club set to target Salah transfer date. Al Hilal to offload Neymar in January.